welcome to Ozark Overland Adventures. This is our first gear review. I've done a lot of wheeling videos and love telling those stories, but today wanted to actually talk about a product that I've been using for a year now that I've really liked. It's the Goal Zero Yeti 150. Like I said, I've had it for a year, and so it's held up quite well. You can see it's got a bunch of dings and stuff on it, but let me just kind of walk you through what it does and why I like it. First of all, it's small. It's not exactly lightweight because it's a battery, but it is quite small. I usually keep this either the floorboard of my Jeep or maybe in the passenger seat if I'm alone, or maybe just throw it in the back seat if someone's with me. And if I'm not, if something needs to be charged, I'll keep them charged on the go. It's got this nice retractable handle which keeps it nice and compact. I like that. Some of the other ones that are on the market have the handle integrated into the top. Makes it kind of difficult to lay things on top of it, that sort of thing. But this is a design feature that I actually like about the Goal Zero ones. It's all plastic. The inputs on the front are normal car charger type, 2 USB ports, and then just a regular plug-in port. And you can use all 3 of these at the same time. But basically, it's got this little LCD display. You can turn one or all of them off. You can see mine is fully charged. And as you charge things, it lets you know what the status of. It doesn't come with a lot of accessories. It comes with a power cord that plugs into a wall outlet, and then it comes with this little adapter which is for solar power. You can recharge this with solar panels. Goal Zero makes a couple different options. I don't have those. Haven't used any solar for anything yet. So what are these little guys good for? Basically keeping all of your electronics charged. Your camera batteries, your GoPros, your cell phones, your drones, your laptops. I used this on my trip to Moab in Colorado last year. We'd go out wheeling during the day. I want to check out our video and edit my photos during at nighttime, and I would keep my laptop plugged into this and be editing just fine for hours. And when I was done, could top it off. So it worked really good for that. What you're not going to use this for is, a blender, power tools. You're not going to use this for your wife or girlfriend to run a flat iron or a hair dryer with something like this. Works great for small fans, running string lights, stuff like that around camp. We will throw this up in our rooftop tent when we're out camping with the little camper, and this is what we'll charge our phones and Apple Watches and stuff at night off of this. It works great. We just went camping with all of the kids a couple weeks ago, and so 3 kids, me and my wife, so that's 5 phones. My daughter also, my middle daughter is deaf, and so she wears cochlear implants that have batteries and have to be recharged each night. And so she was sleeping in her hammock. I threw this just in the front seat of the Jeep, and she hooked everything up, her phone, her watch, her cochlear implants to this, and all were fully charged in the morning. Still had enough juice for a couple days of doing that. So I loved it. I have not had anything, like I said, I've had this thing for about a year now, and it has been tossed around in my Jeep. It's been in the floorboard of my Jeep as I've done steep obstacles in Moab with this thing flopping around, and it's done quite spectacular. After I got this, I did test it on my fridge. I've got a Dometic CFX50, probably do a review video of that in the future. Love that thing. Anyway, I have a Dometic CFX50, and I'm just curious, if need be, how long would this run the Dometic? And surprisingly, it ran it for 6 to 8 hours. I tested it in a couple different environments. in the shade, had the garage open, sunlight coming in, a couple different scenarios. Tried it plugged into the car charger port, tried it plugged into the wall jack port, and it did fantastic. I was shocked. This little thing kept it going for, I think, 6 hours at the minimum when it was hot, and up to 8 hours. So, you know, in a pinch, if you needed it in an emergency, you can actually, you know, keep your fridge going for several hours with one of these little guys. I wouldn't recommend it because it does, you know, it doesn't last a long time. You're definitely not going to live off the grid that way. But it worked. I was shocked. One cool thing is the batteries are replaceable in this. So if you ever have an issue with the battery, it's actually on Goal Zero's website. You can get a replacement battery for this for like 50 bucks. You just unscrew these 4 top bolts, and the top comes off, and you can replace the battery. So that's pretty awesome that they let you do that. The biggest con that I think for this is that it does not come with a car charger. The car charger is an accessory that you can get for $40. And that just seems a bit too much for me. For my opinion, for $200, that's what this thing costs on Goal Zero's website or on Amazon. $199.99 for 200 bucks. I think you should get a car charger for it, especially, or at least not charge $40 for it. Luckily, my Jeep has an outlet for a wall outlet in there and provides power to that. So when I need to top this off, I can plug into my Jeep while I'm driving and top this off. And I can actually be topping this off while I'm charging other devices. So what have I used this for? I just got back from a trip a couple weeks ago, spent 4 days off-roading in the Ozarks, completely off the grid. Didn't even drive through another town the whole weekend. So I took this with me because I was running my phone, I was running my drone, I was running my laptop, I was running my GoPros. And so as batteries would die, especially on the drone, as soon as I was done, I would just connect it to this, and while I'm out doing things, it's keeping things charged. I never had an issue with the dead battery, and this thing was super awesome. The only other downside that I've encountered with it is it just has USB-A ports, and it does not have the newer USB-Cs. So if you've got like a new iPad or a new laptop that recharges off USB-C, you'll have to have an adapter or use the outlet charger that converts it. But it doesn't have a USB-C port, and I wish it did. That'd come in really handy. As far as the competition goes, there's a lot of manufacturers of these, especially if you search on Amazon. I think the biggest competitor to this would be Jackery that you'll find on Amazon. A friend of mine has the Jackery 240. He paid, gosh, I think maybe $50 more for his than for 240 watts than what I paid for this Yeti 150. It's 150 watts, so you know it's 100. He gets more power for just a little bit more money. It is a little bit bigger. It doesn't have the flat top design that this has. They're both great products, honestly. My friend loves his Jackery. I love this one. This one is definitely a slightly higher premium price point, probably because of the name. So in the end, would I buy this again? Absolutely. I love this thing. Would I recommend it to those that are on the go out, you know, on weekend adventures and just need to keep all their electronics and gear and stuff like that charged? Absolutely. You know, just recognize it is what it is. It's a small battery pack. It's not going to power larger things. It's not designed for that. They make bigger ones for that, but of course they are bigger and they are heavier and they are a lot more expensive. But for what this is, man, I love this thing. Highly recommend it. I think it's definitely worth the money.